Mr. Steele, you are the foremost American commentator on the deep state. Please, can you give us a brief description of the deep state?
I'd be glad to do that, but let me begin by saying that the best book on the deep state is the book by Peter Dale Scott, who is the foremost author on deep politics and the deep state. What I have done that he was not able to do is bring the deep state up into the alternative media conversation to the point that it's now slipping into the mainstream media. This is not something they want to have discussed. Most people make the mistake of thinking that the deep state is unelected bureaucrats and senior politicians. That's not correct. They are the best of the servant class. The deep state actually begins with the major banking families, including the Vatican, which is the world's wealthiest organization, wealthier than the Rothschilds. But the Vatican plus the Rothschilds, and then all of the central banks, the City of London, and Wall Street, that's the top of the deep state. And then they use the highest levels of the Freemasons and the highest levels of the Knights of Malta, who give up their national allegiance. They are no longer loyal to their countries. We've had cases where a CIA Knight of Malta and a KGB Knight of Malta collaborate against both their countries. Below them come the political parties. Most countries have been organized so that there are two major political parties that block 70% of the public from actual participation in the decision-making and the governance process. Here in the United States, we call it the two-party tyranny. And then finally, below them, you have the secret intelligence services that more recently have begun to spy on and blackmail politicians and judges and celebrities in order to protect their power and increase their budget. And you have bureaucrats, particularly dual citizen bureaucrats, who pursue a Zionist agenda against the United States of America while having citizenship in both countries. The deep state is very real, and I believe that Donald Trump is in the process of taking it down, and I'd like to see Vladimir Putin and others do the same thing.